Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to beautiful Seymour Smith Park here at J.J. Isaacson Field. Ethan, it's a great night for a baseball game here at J.J. Isaacson Field. Tonight we have the Royal Blue Dogs versus the Omaha Filthballers, and what a matchup we have tonight here. I'm Ryan Kelly. Joining me in the broadcast booth here at J.J. Isaacson Field, Ethan McCormick. Ethan, how you doing this evening?
Oh, Ryan, I'm doing pretty good. It's a beautiful night for baseball. You mentioned it once again, and you can't get much better than this. The weather, it's a little warm out there.
It's about 91 degrees outside with some east-southeast 14-mile-an-hour winds. Nothing too crazy, but, we'll see the flag out inside your screen here in a little bit, but that will try to show the wind for the current conditions. But as you said, and I said, it's a beautiful game, or a beautiful night for a baseball game.
100%, it's a beautiful night for baseball. The College World Series is going on, but we got even hotter baseball going on here at Seymour Smith Park. We got the Filthballers and the Royal Blue Dogs, two of the top two teams in the division. We'll take a look at the standings here that'll be popping up on your screen, and the Royal Blue Dogs, like mentioned, are leading the Corn Belt League standings through Week 6.
Yeah, this is impressive for the Royal Blue Dogs. Last year, the Filthballers won the tournament, the tournament for the entire Corn Belt League. So, kind of not an unusual, or it's a kind of an unusual sight. Check that for them to be in the third place right now. But Royal Blue Dogs, nevertheless, a great season from 6-1, quite impressive from this Royal Blue Dog team. Right behind them, the Rail Riders, Filthballers, Bombers, Crap Dusters, Haymakers, Red Raiders, and Black Sox all the way down. But nevertheless, quite a shocker here, and it's kind of a match for the Filthballers right now, Ethan, because if they want to try to get up in that rankings, they got to beat the Royal Blue Dogs right here.
Yeah, this would be a big win. The Royal Blue Dogs have won 6 games. What's going to hurt the Royal Blue Dogs, though, is the Royal Blue Dogs have only played 7 games, and the Filthballers have played 8 games. So that's definitely going to hurt as we get into the later week and into next week.
Now let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. Check that. We're going to take a quick pause here on the Corn Belt League Network as we're going to run through the national anthem. We'll be back here momentarily with our upcoming broadcast schedule. Welcome you back here to beautiful J.J. Isaacson Field. We have the Royal Blue Dogs versus the Omaha Filthballers. Beautiful night for baseball and a great matchup. The #1 Royal Blue Dogs versus the #2 Filthballers. In case you missed it, I'm Ryan Kelly. Joining me in the broadcast booth this evening, Ethan McCormick. Ethan, what's kind of your thought going into this matchup tonight?
This is going to be a really good matchup. We talked about it earlier. These are two teams that are in the top half of the Corn Belt League, respectively, and these are two coaches that are pretty proven at this level, at the college and high school level. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams can piece together some at-bats. We got a good pitching matchup. We saw a great pitching matchup last night, so it'll be interesting to see how this one will play out at a beautiful night. Can't ask for anything much better than this. The wind's barely blown out there. You mentioned the east-southeast winds coming out, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays with the ball in the air, but it should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, nevertheless, we have the Filthballers as your home team this evening. The Royal Blue Dogs will be up to bat first for the away team, so Royal Blue Dogs in blue and Filthballers in green on your screen there. But let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. We'll get that graphic up here. Next up, we have the Royal Blue Dogs versus the Black Sox. That's on Sunday, June 25th. Let you guys take a look here as we're about to get it rolling here. We have TJ Silliman up to bat first for the Royal Blue Dogs. There's the first pitch. That one's outside there for ball #1.
It's going to be really interesting to see how they could solidify the edge here. Yesterday we saw a lot of balls and strikes called on the outer half of the play. Will be interesting to see how we could see the strike zone play out here in this one.
It's Bergman up on the mound for the Filthballers. That will be ball #2 there. There's the 2-0 from Bergman. That one's in there for ball or strike #1. Check that.
Saw the first strike of the ball game. Once again, it's kind of hit that outer half of the plate. It'll be interesting to see how Lape Brankman can get things rolling here on the first batter.
Big swing and a miss as that will even our count here 2 apiece for Silman. See what he can try to do here, get some momentum possibly trying to go here early in the top of the first.
2-2 count. We'll see. Expect a breaking ball or an off speed.
There's the 2-2. That one's outside there for ball #3. We got a full count, folks, and see what Silman can do here.
Full count, you got to give your best pitch. You don't want to start the game off on a walk, so you want to give your best pitch. It's got to be in there in the zone, but you don't want to give them something too good to hit. It's got to be just good enough.
That one will be high there for ball #4, and Silman will take his base, and that'll put him on first, and that will bring up Luke Bees.
It'll be interesting to see. The Royal Blue Dogs had a rough game yesterday where they kind of on Sunday. But it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back today. They got Luke Bees, Sealman. They've got a really good lineup, and they can piece together some hits. As a team, they're batting about .208, which as a team puts them in about the top half of the Corn Belt League. So they can definitely piece together some hits.
Yeah, that'd be a great thing for this Royal Blue Dog team, especially as the summer goes on, and that one's in there for ball #1. But if this Royal Blue Dog team tonight can try to flip the coin a little bit and get them on kind of a better mentality state, or a better mental state, I should say, that would be beneficial for them to go on through the rest of the season. Nevertheless, there's the 1-0 from Brinkman. One there for ball #2.
It's worth noting that Brinkman is a southpaw out there on the mound, so he does have a direct look at first base for pickoff opportunities. So these first base runners today for the Blue Dogs, at least to start the game initially, have to be very careful with their leads, and they have to time these steals almost perfectly.
There's the 2-0. That one going to be fouled up and past the first base line. And that one will be in the sun, still sunny out here, but that one will be missed there from Matt Rivers, the first baseman. And, we're still sunny here. There's no clouds in the sky. It's So there's some kind of that sun factor to add in tonight, but as the sun kind of tucks behind the cloud or tucks down, and that will not be a factor here later on, but nevertheless we have the 2-1 count now.
Yeah, that sun is definitely going to play a factor until at least after the 8 o'clock hour. These fielders, if they've got glasses, they need to put them on because it is definitely going to be a pain for some of these guys, especially on the righter half of the field.
I like these 7 o'clock games to get done just at the right time, and the sun's down. It makes for beautiful sunsets. Nevertheless, there's the 2-1. That one's inside for ball number 3. It's far in favor of Bees. Now. See the 3-1 from Bergman. Swing there, and we'll throw to second. The second baseman Luzo will be caught back there from the shortstop. A great save from him there, but nevertheless, Silman will advance to second base and put him in scoring position.
I mentioned that with the lefty on the mound, the runner on first is going to have to really time these steals perfectly. Well, that's exactly what T.J. Silliman did right there. Timed it perfectly. Great jump. And Nino had a great pop time behind the plate. Though it was a little high. And now the runner's in scoring position here for the Royal Blue Dogs a little bit early. We'll see if they can capitalize here with still no outs.
Nevertheless, here's the full count. Now there's the pitch from Bergman. That one will be swung on and miss, and our first out here. That'll bring up Jackson Van Pelt for the Blue Dogs. That's number 25. That one a little low there for ball number 1.
Brinkman showing a little control issues here early. Got to see if he can really hound in. There's only 1 out.
There's a pitch from Bergman. Swing on and miss. That'll tie us up now 1 even.
What my coach would always like to say is snake eyes. You got a snake eyes count, 1 and 1, or fish sticks. You got the 1 and 1, you got the 2, you got the 1 and then the 1. You got a fish sticks count with 1 and 1. So you got to battle up there. You've still got a pitch or 2 to work with if you're Brookman.
There's the fish sticks. I could go for some fish sticks right now, Ethan,
What?
for sure.
Oh man, fish sticks are mildly and wildly overrated.
Maybe some fish and chips.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
Give me fish and chips.
Yeah, that's a little bit better. I was going to say fish sticks, the frozen food fish sticks. Oh, come on,
Maybe
man.
more fresh fish sticks. You know
There
what
you
I mean?
go. Yeah, there you go.
Go to
Straight
the East Coast.
caught off the coast of Maine. That's a little bit better.
Get a lobster roll, will you, there?
I could go for one of those. I'm not going to lie.
And there's the 1-2. That one's high for ball number 2. Put us up 2 apiece. And we still got that runner there on second in scoring position. And see what the Royal Blue Dogs will do here if they try to move them up to third. Here's the 2-2. That one be low in there for ball number 3.
Now, this is the second full count we've seen in 3 batters. So, his pitch count, excuse me, mumbling over my words, is a little high to start here early. He's in double digits here to start, so you've definitely got to kind of figure it out.
Big swing and a miss there from Van Pelt. It'll catch him looking for out number 2. And that will bring up Trace Mahacek.
Now bad. The first baseman, number 30, Trace Mahacek.
Mahacek making his appearance here. First time for the Royal Blue Dogs this evening. There's the pitch from Bergman. That one will be outside and low and will be lost by the catcher for ball number 1.
Got to say, Nino does a really good job behind the plate. He's a brick wall back there. Not a lot of balls get past him going to the backstop. He likes to keep everything into his chest and in front of him. And it's kind of hard to get a stolen base off Nino. He's got one of the best caught stealing percentages in the Corn Belt League. So he's definitely one of the better catchers we have, and he's one of the more skilled and poised men behind the plate.
That one's be high and almost off of Mahacek's head there, but it'll
I jinxed it. I jinxed it.
Commentator's jinx. Talk
Yeah.
about that.
Knock on wood, man. We got to start knocking on wood when we say stuff like that. You know what I mean? But that was kind of a high pitch from Bergman right there. Left it a little too high. Ball came out of his hand a little too early. Didn't finish down on his fastball. So that's what you get when you don't finish down on your fastball.
Like Pink Floyd, don't want to be another brick in the wall, but Nino wants to be a brick in the wall. But just had to say it there.
That's like a good old Ethan McCormick type line that you threw in right there. I like it.
Learn from the best, but there's strike number 1, the 2-1 now. On 2 outs, and see what the Royal Blue Dogs will do with this with 2 outs, 1 runner on the second in scoring position. Hot check up in the count. There's 2-1. That one in there for ball number 3. Hot check now up by 2 now.
Yeah, Mahacek's definitely in a hitter's count with 3-1. Bergman's not going to want to walk a guy here, so Mahacek's probably going to be getting a pitch that he can most likely drive.
Walking a second guy this early on would not be the best thing to do if you're Bergman right now. There's the pitch. Swung on and miss. That will be strike number 2. And the count will be full.
Mahacek was asking the umpire a couple questions behind the plate, maybe getting a feel, maybe asking him where he's going out to eat after the game. I'm not quite sure. Maybe just a little interpersonal communication between Mahacek and the home plate umpire.
It's always have a good connection with your umpire. You never just have that kind of player to umpire connection. That one will be outside for ball number 4. Bergman will walk his second batter here in the top the first. Not the best start for him, but if you're Bergman right now, Ethan, you just want to shake it off, and we're still in top of the first. There's 6 more innings of play left. There's lots of time left this evening, and
right. I would totally agree, Ryan. You've got plenty of time to get things figured out. You don't want to get shaken. You don't want to get rattled this early, because that could prove to kind of hurt you more than it will help you. So, yeah, I definitely agree. You want to shake it off and go out there and attack the next guy.
Nevertheless, that will bring up Will Johnson, number 14. That first pitch will be in there for ball number 1 for Johnson. We have runners on the corners, folks. TJ Silman and Trace Mahacek. Johnson with the 1-0. That one will be outside there for ball number 2. And this is another perfect opportunity for this Royal Blue Dogs to kind of strike early. And they got Silman out there on third. He's moved up about 180 feet, and he could bring 90 more feet, and he's home for the first run. But we'll see what the Blue Dogs do here. There's the 2-0. Nino will throw back to first, and he'll be safe. Great throw there, and a great catch there from Matt Rivers.
That's a good idea, though, by Nino throwing that ball down, caught Mahacek kind of sleeping, going back to first there. Did a good job of kind of waking him up a little bit. That's like natural caffeine. It gets you going. It gets that blood running when you see that ball being thrown down the line.
Throw back there from Bergman. He'll catch him in a pickle there. He'll be caught between first and second. They'll get the out in between the base, and that'll be out number 3, folks, with 2 men left on base. With no runs, no hits, and no errors. Decent start there for the Royal Blue Dogs, but we're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. We'll be back here shortly. beautiful J.J. Isaacson Field. I'm Ryan Kelly. Joining me in the broadcast booth this evening, Ethan McCormick. We had a strong start there at the top of the first from the Royal Blue Dogs. They put 2 men on base, but they left them out there, sadly not to work in their favor. But nevertheless, the Filthballers are up, and they're going to try to make some damage here.
Yeah, the Filthballers are up, and this is a lineup that can really go 1 through 10. You lead off with the first 2 guys, a lot of speed, a lot of contact hitting in those first 3 guys. So it'll be interesting to see how they can go up against Lape Brinkman.
Now, there's Julius Cortez, number 22, up to bat. He will try to take the check there, but that'll be in there for strike number 1.
I believe the umpire actually called the count 1-0. So
1-0. Check that there, folks. Apologies on our part. That'll be 1-1 the count now.
we will always have a correct count up in this press box.
Oh, yeah. Without Connor here this evening, but count now 2-1 for Cortez.
Cortez gets on base, he's an instant stolen base threat. If you're Lape Brinkman, you're doing everything you can to keep him off the base paths. Spoke a
Swing
little too
there.
soon.
That one will go to the shortstop. We missed by the pitcher, and that one will be in there for out number 1. Bit of a ground out there, but great start there from Cortez.
That's a little good contact right off there to short, but good job by Luke Bees. Good glove to hand transition. Quick throw, had to beat a speedy runner. Cortez was moving down the line. That was just a good chemistry between Bees and Mahacek. And that's a 3-pitch first out for Brinkman.
We'll be seeing more of Cortez this evening, but nevertheless, we'll bring up Peyton Larson, number 17. He'll be in there for ball number 1. Now there's the 1-0, swung on a miss. Even us up now 1 apiece. There's the 1-1. That one going to be fouled back and into the stands. That one will fall just short of the dugout there, but somebody could get a piece of bubble gum if they bring that back to the first or third base dugout. But nevertheless, we'll have the 1-2 now.
Oh, yeah. You can get a free piece of bubble gum. From the dugout. Or I believe it's actually the concession stands.
That will be in there for strike number 3 to get Larson out. That'll bring up Carson Burnett up to bat now.
The third baseman, number 21, Carson Burnett.
Carson Burnett trying to make something happen here in the bottom of the first. Been kind of an uneventful bottom of the first for this Filthballer team. Just trying to get on base or something, but here's the pitch. That one in there for ball number 1. There's the 1-0. That one to be fouled back again. Back into the stands. Just short of the gate fence there. And we tied up now 1 even. There's the 1-1 from Lape Brinkman. That one foul tipped.
Burnett needs to stay alive here. If you're Lape Brinkman, you got to be throwing a breaking ball right here. You've been able to maintain a pretty low pitch count through this first inning. I expect one of your best pitches to be right here on display.
Now there's the 1-2. That one foul back. Lots of power there. That one to be sent out to the trees by the parking lot. If that was going in the right direction, that one could have gone way out there to right field, Ethan. But
yeah,
nevertheless, we'll try it again here.
That was heading towards the parking lot. You got to make sure that your car does not have a dent on it.
We don't want to hear car alarms up here from the press box.
Right.
There's the 1-2. That one sent down the third base line, and it will float down the line there to left field, and Burnett will go to first and stay on first. What a hit there.
Yeah, that was a good little example of hitting the 5-6 gap between your third baseman and shortstop. That had a pretty high exit velo coming off the bat of Carson Burnett. That's just a good piece of hitting, kept his hands inside, pulled the ball, and that's the base runner that the Filthballers are going to need with your four-hole hitter Matthew Rivers stepping up to the plate here.
Let's see what Rivers will do here. There's the pitch, swung on and missed. That's strike number 1.
Now, it's interesting because both starting pitchers today for the Filthballers and Royal Blue Dogs, respectively, are both southpaws. They're both lefties getting the nod today for their respective teams. Vern Hasty and Coach Francisco giving the starting nod to southpaws. So it'll be interesting to see how right-handed hitters can go up there against these lefty pitchers.
That one's inside and low for ball number 1. To leave us up now 1 apiece.
You can't be too picky if you're Matthew Rivers because Brinkman has been throwing quite a bit of strikes.
Mm-hmm. Big swing there and a miss, and Jackson Van Pelt will throw back to first. And Mahacek will not make the catch and lose control there, but nevertheless we'll try it again here. The 1-2. That one to be fouled back. Almost hit the press box window. One of these days, Ethan, we have a small crack in our window here, so we have our transmitters for our first and third base cameras.
I'm going to reach through this crack one of these days, and a ball's going to come flying straight through there. Now, the possibilities of that happening are slim to none, but we always got to be ready for the possibility.
Did you see the announcer the other day who got hit by the foul ball?
I did, the Yankees announcer.
Yeah. Now, it will be stolen base there from Burnett, and he'll be safe on second. Never check that. That will be out number 3 to end the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left on base. We're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome back here, folks, to the top of the second, where we're still scoreless, but nevertheless, the Royal Blue Dogs back up to bat. In case you missed it, I'm Ryan Kelly, and joining me in the broadcast booth, my great friend Ethan McCormick. Ethan.
Oh, man. You don't have to do me like that, Ryan.
Nevertheless, it's a beautiful night.
You're going to make me blush.
Tuesday night baseball. Well, we'll see Johnson up to bat for the second time this evening after the base runner got caught in a pickle there. I believe that was Trace Mahacek who got caught in the pickle for the third out in the top of the first. But now we're in the top of the second. Johnson with a clean count. And here's the pitch from Bergman. That one in there for strike number 1. Strong start there from Bergman. There's the 0-1.
Ooh, that did not miss by much.
And that will even us up now, 1 apiece. Now there's the 1-1. That one a little low there for ball number 2.
Like mentioned, it's a beautiful night. We're going to get another one of those ideal Omaha sunsets over Seymour Smith. Can't really beat a summer night like tonight.
Give it about 45 minutes, folks, and we'll get our great camera operators to get the sunset. Hopefully there's some clouds there to kind of really paint the picture, but nevertheless, there's the 3-1.
Yeah, I got to give a huge shout out to the crew working tonight behind the scenes.
You can check out the Corn Belt League Instagram page to see some of our behind the scenes here. That one's going to be lofted out to left field. That one will go to the warning track and his hat will fly off. Johnson will take second. He will go to third. And that will be a triple for Will Johnson.
Yeah, honestly, pieced that one up. Will Johnson got every bit of that ball, rolled all the way to the warning track, rolled all the way to the fence. Will Johnson had 3 on his mind, rounding first. He knew a double wasn't going to settle. He needed that triple, right? He needed that triple combo, and he got that triple combo right there. Excellent piece of hitting, though. Took exactly what he needed, knew what he was going up there to do, and he did exactly that. So now we got runners in scoring position for the Blue Dogs here with no outs.
Bring up Jake Butler now to bat for the Royal Blue Dogs. That one's in there for ball number 1. Man, that loft on that hit, it just soared. If you look at the
ball flight was perfect.
Look at the wind, or if you can get another shot of the flag here in a minute, but you see that fly. That one's going to be a hit high fly into shallow right field. That one will be up and into his glove. That was Garner there for the easy out. No glasses, too, so that's kind of impressive there from Garner.
It's very impressive right there. That sun is shining straight on this righter half of the field from second base over. The second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder are all going to have that sun shining straight on them. So they got to have some really polarized sunglasses.
Bring out the Oakleys.
Bring out the Oakleys.
There's the pitch there. That one fouled off there. That was it's Carter Washburn. There's the pitch. That one's outside there for ball number 1. See what Washburn will do here. Ethan got 1 runner on third and 1 out.
You want to keep a ball off the ground. You want to keep things in the air because in the air gives them a chance to tag.
It's in there for strike number 2. See what Bergman can do here as he's now up in the count. That one going to be hit down the line there. It'll be sent to first base. He will look to throw to home, but will take the easy out there on first, and it'll keep Johnson on third.
That is a base running mishap right there by Will Johnson on third. You're 3/4 of the way down the line. You've got to just commit and score. The play's going to be at first because that's a tag play at home. You've got to just commit home, score. That gives you your first run of the ball game. Will Johnson was about to cross home plate, and now you've got 2 outs. A fly ball doesn't mean anything.
This could go all downhill here for the Royal Blue Dogs, and there's the 1-0.
That's just an unfortunate mistake out on the base paths for the Royal Blue Dogs, and you got to expect that head coach Vern Hasty is going to talk to his guys about keeping your awareness up on the base paths.
Now there's the 1-0. That one would be foul chipped there down the third base line. We'll see if Johnson will run here on 2 outs.
Ryan Malone's a Bennington Badger grad, class of 2021, graduated with this young man. He was 1/3 of the Red Rocket trio in high school, a group of red-headed baseball players. Ryan, you can relate to being a little red-headed, and your name's Ryan. I feel like you can just really relate to the situation here.
Well, can't we all relate? You went to Bennington High School too.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
I graduated in the same class of 2021. So that's something. You've got the redhead, and your name's Ryan. So I feel like this is just a lot going on here.
A lot of coincidences here in the Corn Belt League. Kind of a mixing pot of, kind of like they say about America. It's a mixing pot because we got a bunch of players from all different walks of life, from all different teams. That one's me hit down the third base line, and Johnson will go home. They will get the out on first, and that will leave the Royal Blue Dogs scoreless here as we head to the bottom of the second. Check that there, but nevertheless, the Filthballers will be back up to bat here shortly. Welcome you back here to J.J. Isaacson Field, where we're at the bottom of the second, and Filthballers, Royal Blue Dogs, both scoreless here, but
Number 7, Tristan Grant.
Tristan Brandt. Check that. Anthony Nino is up to bat now for the
Catcher, number 34.
Filthballers. That's Anthony Nino.
Little trickeration. Both players got mixed up. It is Anthony Nino. He'll go back up to the plate here, but that's kind of confusing. We got kind of confused up here as well. So,
nevertheless, Nino up to bat for the Filthballers. That one's high and outside, upstairs in the attic for ball number 1.
Nino's the man behind the plate, so he's been getting a good eye of how balls are coming in the strike zone, so he should be able to utilize that to his advantage and really kind of go after the strike zone.
That one a little low there for ball number 2. There's the 2-0. That one going to be down the third foul line there, and that will call that a foul. Just trickle out of the line there, but nevertheless, the count's now 2-1.
Yeah, that one was interesting because it bounced in the batter's box, but as long as it goes back out in the play, it's fine. But it petered down the line. That kind of reminds me of a play. There was a play a couple weeks ago with the Toronto Blue Jays. A pitcher was trying to blow on the ball foul. It was rolling along the line, and he tried to blow air on the ball to push it foul.
Big swing and a miss there from Nino. That will even us up now to 2 apiece. Nice. He's trying to stay alive here.
That was definitely a sight to behold, though, watching on MLB Network the next morning, a pitcher trying to blow on a baseball foul. That's not something you definitely see every day. I feel like I'm getting similar vibes from that little situation.
That one will be off the bat. He'll call that in play there, and Nino will take his base. A little bit of confusion there from Jackson Van Pelt and the home plate official umpire there. It tipped off his bat. I saw that.
It looked like it tipped off his bat, right? But he called it strike 3, which is a drop third strike, and so he ran down the line. It'll be interesting. We have a meeting of the minds out there with the umpires out there just on the right side of the mound. It's going to be interesting to see what the ruling is when they come out of this, because it did look like it hit the bat. And they called a foul ball there.
Yeah, that was
So I believe the count was 2-2 when we were back at the
it was 2-2 the count.
Yeah, 2-2 was the count. Thanks, Game Changer. Game Changer's coming in clutch. Just a lot of confusion to start this bottom half of the second. A lot of, almost the wrong batter goes up to the plate, then that little foul tip, strike three, drop third strike situation. So it's going to be interesting to see.
It's definitely important to have your umpiring crew out kind of on the same kind of mindset. And once we have Taylor Lewis back out here, one of our crew members, and he's commentating a game, he'll talk about the importance of having your officiating team on the same page. That one will be fouled back.
Yeah, if you don't know, Taylor Lewis, one of our camera guys, directors, is a big-time referee in soccer. He's a big-time soccer referee. He's traveling right now, actually. So huge shout-out to Taylor Lewis, who's a part of our crew, contributes a lot to the crew out traveling with soccer.
Millard South alum, and that will strike out Nino there. That'll bring up number 7, Tristan Brandt for the Filthballers.
Tristan Brandt.
See what Brandt can do here. Now there's the pitch. That one's right down the middle there for strike number 1. There's the 0-1. That one's way upstairs and inside next to the holiday decorations there. As that's ball number 1. How we want to check the ornaments. Now there's the 1-1. That one's in there for ball number 2.
That's a first. I'm going to be honest. I've never heard someone say check the ornaments after an inside pitch a little high.
Well, if that's up high and in the attic, Ethan, if it's in
Oh,
the attic.
okay, that's where you're going with that. I was like, what is he doing?
Unless you keep your decorations down in the basement or in the cellar, you never know. But
I keep them in the
nevertheless,
garage.
The garage.
Yeah, there you go. Depends. All families are different when it comes to storing Christmas decorations.
Nevertheless, here's the 2-2. That one low and outside there for ball number 3.
If you're Tristan Brandt, you've got 3-2, 1 out. I don't know if you can swing freely, but you got to swing that you're looking to get things started here for the Filthballers.
Now that one will be sent down the third base foul line there. It'll be fouled out. That'll make our count here full.
This is a lefty-lefty matchup. Lope Brinkman's a lefty. Brandt is a lefty out there. Lefty-lefty matchups are slightly harder to see than righty-righty matchups.
Now there's the pitch. That one sent down the line there. Will be chopped there and into the first baseman. That's Trace Mahacek. Great out from him. That'll bring in our second out. We'll see Brandt going back to the dugout, and that'll bring up
Cooper McCoy.
our designated hitter, Cooper McCoy.
Cooper McCoy is usually behind the plate, so he's giving Nino some time behind the plate, and McCoy's taking the designated hitter spot here today. Great power hitter, can really piece one up, utilizes all parts of the field.
It's in there for strike number 1. Yeah, if you're McCoy right now, you just want to try to get any kind of movement going here for this Filthballer team, because we're early on, but any kind of momentum or kind of just movement could help this team go along. Big power swing there. That one's going to be fouled off and into the sun, and a beautiful catch there from, that was Trace Mahacek. What a great hustle there from him, and a great catch in the sun. That will end the bottom of the second. We're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome back here to J.J. Isaacson Field, where we are still scoreless at the top of the third.
The left fielder, number 2, Clayton Lutt.
Clayton Lutt leading off for the Blue Dogs. Now there's the pitch from Bergman. That one in there for ball number 1. So far this evening, Ethan, we've seen lots of great plays. We saw a triple earlier on. That was from Will Johnson and from the Royal Blue Dogs. So, what are just some thoughts this evening going into this game? What are some things you've seen from both teams? Kind of analysis for us.
This is exactly what I thought it was going to be, a pitching matchup with a couple hits sprinkled in, but both pitchers, lefty southpaw pitchers out there on the mound. So I kind of expected this with both teams having predominantly righty matchups. I thought maybe this was going to be a time for the lefties to kind of go out there and showcase their stuff. They've done exactly that. Brookman's been good for the Filthballers. Loppe Brinkman's been good for the Royal Blue Dogs. So it's been really good to see. As a pitcher myself, I love to see pitching matchups. I also like to see offense, right? You don't want a 0-0 tie with 3 combined hits going into the 7th, but you do like to sprinkle in some strikeouts, though, and that's kind of what we got.
Now there's the 1-2, swung on and missed, and be the first strikeout of the top of the third.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 19, Hunter Warner.
That'll bring up Hunter Werner, number 19. See what Warner can do here. So we got 2 outs left. Now there's the pitch from Bergman. That one there for ball number 1.
I thought that ball personally was in the strike zone, just maybe a little bit low, but Bergman's really starting to feel his stuff. He's starting to feel a lot more confident. You can kind of see that confidence radiating out there on the mound. He's definitely channeling his stuff, and you can feel the confidence radiating from Bergman out there.
Nevertheless, Warner will be up in the count now with 2 balls. Now there's the 2-0. That one way upstairs and outside for ball number 3. There's the 3-0. That one be upstairs for ball number 4, and Warner will take his base, and we'll be back at the top of the order.
It's a very good at-bat. He didn't even have to take the bat off of his shoulders. Hunter Warner, truly a disciplined at-bat. Now it's going to be interesting to see how T.J. Silliman back to the top of the order for the Blue Dogs, see how they can kind of use the 4 or 5 most confident and best hitters in your lineup, see how they can go about and start bringing in some runs for the Royal Blue Dogs.
Last time we saw Silliman up, he got walked in the top of the first, and now he's back up to bat, going to try to make something happen here.
We've had 2 combined hits through 2 1/3 full games, so interesting to see how these guys can start getting these bats going and start giving us some offense as we start getting to the middle to end part of this game.
Now there's the 1-0. 1 little low there for ball number 2.
Like mentioned earlier, both starting pitchers today have gotten the nod, lefties. We have someone warming up in the Filthballers bullpen. That's going to be number 3 is warming up there in the Filthballers bullpen. That's going to be Evan Metzler warming up in the bullpen for the Filthballers, a righty. So that'd be interesting to go from a lefty to a righty, varying up the looks.
We'll see Warner take the steal there from first to second. He'll be successful there. Put him in scoring position. Kind of a perfect setup here right now. Silliman has 3 balls right now, so he's with 1 runner in scoring position and 1 out. That one be ball number 4. And now if you're Bergman, Ethan, what's just going through your mind right now? You just walked 2 guys back to back. Just kind of, what's your thoughts?
Damage control, right? You give up 2 walks, perfectly fine. You still got 1 out. Runners on first and second. A ground ball will do it for the Filthballers. Ground ball initiates a double play, depending on where that ball is hit and how hard it's hit. But you need a ground ball right here if you are Bergman. But just stay confident in your stuff. Stay true to your game. Stay true to your pitches, and you'll be perfectly fine.
Now, B's up the bat for the Royal Blue Dogs. Big swing there. That one be fouled back and almost on the roof of our press box here. But
if we had no roof, we are catching all of these. I mean, we are having a 100% catch rate if we had no roof.
I would bring my glove. Would you bring your glove?
Oh, yeah. I'd bring the glove. I'd flash the leather. Yeah, we'd flash the leather up here in the press box without a doubt. We'd be Gold Glove media people up here.
Nevertheless, there's the that one be fouled back against the fence.
We'd be the Nolan Arenados of baseball press up here.
Well, we'll see what Bees can do here. He's got runners on first and second with 1 out. Kind of a great opportunity for him here. Now there's a pitch from Bergman. That one high for ball number 1. Bergman going to take his time here. Going to look back to second. Look back 3 times. So there's the 1-2. That one will be strike number 3. Good strikeout there from Bergman. Bring up Jackson Van Pelt. Yeah, number 25, Jackson Van Pelt.
We got Jackson Van Pelt, like you mentioned, stepping up to the plate here. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. In my opinion, a lefty-on-lefty matchup with a southpaw on the mound and a southpaw at the plate is harder to read than righty-righty, just because you don't see it very often.
In there for ball number 1. And if you're Bergman and, just want to try to stay on the same page here because you do have 1 runner on second and 1 on first. And we'll see what Warner out there in second can try to do here for the Royal Blue Dogs. But there's a pitch from Bergman. That one low for ball number 2.
This would be really impressive if Bergman can get out of this inning in a jam. Or he's in a jam right now. It'd be interesting if he could get out of this. That'd be really impressive. He would get out of this inning, and we would still have 2 combined hits, bearing anything happens in this. I might have jinxed it, but you never know.
That'll be strike number 1 so far. Ethan, your jinx is not in effect.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
Now there's the 2-1 from Bergman. And no strike will be called. We'll check that one there. And
I thought that slider
it looked
just hit the outside part of the plate. I thought that was a beautiful pitch out of his hand. That was beautiful. Had great tracking motion, good sliding motion across the plate. Must have just missed.
That one's going to be swung on and sent down the first base foul line and to the warning track. What a hit. Lots of power there. Nevertheless, the count will be full.
Yeah, great power. Just a little too early. Did a little too much of the pull action on that hit. Read it perfectly. He is just a little bit later on that ball. That ball's down the line. 2 runs could potentially be coming in to score. Royal Blue Dogs could be up 2-0 here early, but it's just a little too early out there on that hit. Now he's got to kind of wait for this 3-2, be a little bit more late.
Well, there's a 3-2 from Bergman. That one's in there for strike number 3 as he'll catch Jackson Van Pelt looking, and the Royal Blue Dogs will leave 2 runners on base. And we're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. We welcome you back here to J.J. Isaacson Field, where we're still scoreless here at the bottom of the third. Nevertheless, the temperature is going down as the sun goes down. It's going to make it even more beautiful. 82 degrees. We dropped about 10 degrees since we started here. It's about 51 minutes ago, so it's getting better by the minute. And that will bring up Corey Benton to bat for the Filthballers. Now there's the pitch from Lappe Brigman.
Another lefty out on batting today for the Filthballers. We've seen a lot of lefties actually out there out on the plate. It's kind of cool to see. I like seeing lefties in the game of baseball. You don't really see a lot of them at this kind of level. You see a lot of them obviously at the D1 schools and the Division II. But it's nice to see them here in Omaha getting some reps in for the Corn Belt League. And this is what makes the Corn Belt League so unique compared to other summer baseball leagues.
Now that was the 2-0. That will be make it the 3-0 now. So far, Lappe Bergman not starting out the bottom of the third the way he liked to, but there's the 3-0, and that one will be in there for ball number 4 as Benton will take his base. Nice easy walk there for him as he'll go to first.
Number 23, Dane Garner.
Dane Gardner's going to step up to the plate here. I could feel this is kind of when you want to start getting things cooking because you got no outs and then you've got your one or your leadoff hitter, your one-hole hitter coming up here in about 2 or 3 batters. So you want to get these guys on base and then you can utilize that top of the lineup for the Filthballers to really get things cooking.
That one's in there from Lappe Bringman in there for ball number, or check that, strike number 1.
It's like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, with the runner on first and the lefty pitcher, you've got to be very careful. He has direct access over there to first, so you've got to be very watchful and very careful.
See some possible bunt action there as he looked to bunt, but I'll be in there for strike number 2.
Bunt right there to me is interesting. You've already down 0-1. You show bunt. I wonder if that was maybe just a show to kind of throw off the pitcher. Little small ball action, though, for the Filthballers.
That one will be sent out into center field, and he will not make the catch. It'll drop out of his glove. That is Silman out there, and that will be Gardner. Great hit from him. Silman, oh my goodness, that will just drop out of his glove. I wish we had an instant replay of that. We had a perfect camera track.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh.
TJ Silliman almost made a SportsCenter top 10 play. We've seen
kind of a Byron Buxton move.
Yeah, Byron Buxton. Yeah, that's a good comparison right out there in center field. Last week, though, we saw Blair Spees last Tuesday. We saw Blair Spees make a diving catch over in foul territory. And then we almost saw TJ Silliman for the Royal Blue Dogs make a diving stop. That would have been a double play because Banton was pretty much to second by the time he came up with that ball.
So far, good start here for the Filthballers with 2 runners on and 1 in scoring position with 0 outs. Ethan, this is a perfect setup here right now.
Yeah, like I said, this is the 10-hole hitter. After this is the 1-hole hitter, so you're going to the back of the line, back to the top of the lineup. You've got to get this guy on base. You got bases loaded for one of the best hitters in your lineup for the Filthballers.
That one in there for strike number 1, and even is up now 1 apiece.
The one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to hit a ground ball. A double play would be almost a mood killer for the Filthballers in this bottom half of the third.
And if you're the Filthballers right now, Ethan, you just want to get this ball rolling.
Yeah, you want to start getting some runs on the board, especially you're the home team. You want to try to shorten this game as much as possible.
And there's the 1-1 to Ellsbecker.
That's an interesting ball call. I thought that ball was just snuck in that little pocket low and outside, but nonetheless the umpire sees it a little bit differently than us up here. We are elevated and a little further back than the umpire who is directly on the plate. So
we'll trust him there. That one was inside there for ball number 3. And Ellsbecker up in the count with 0 outs and 2 runners on base.
See if the Blackhawk College native can get some runs on the board here.
Big swing there and a miss as that'll make our count full here with 0 outs and 2 runners on base. Another one of those perfect opportunities, as I've said, Ethan, for him to make a big play here. Now there's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Not the best way you want to go out there, but that'll bring the top of the lineup. Julius Cortez up to bat now with just one out and still 2 runners on base.
Yeah, that's unfortunate if you're Eli Ellsbecker, right? You wanted to get a base hit. He saw the ball pretty well, but you go to the top of the order now for the Filthballers, and an out right there, a singular out, isn't the end of the world here for the Filthballers in the bottom of the 3rd.
Now there's the 1-0 from Pregame. That one's way high up there for ball number 2. There's the 2-0. That one hit way back into these stands there. That will be caught there from the catcher, Jackson Van Pelt. That one will go almost into the Filthballers dugout there, but Cortez will be out there. That'll be out number 2 with still 2 runners on base. Still a opportunity here for them to bring in some sort of action.
I don't think amount of words can describe how impressive that is right there with 1 out, runners on 1st and 2nd. That is a hard ball to track. That ball is taking you into the fence. Great job by Jackson Van Pelt, almost showing no fear. He wasn't afraid of the contact with the fence. Great catch. That's a huge 2nd out.
Kind of a momentum changer here for this Royal Blue Dog team, and we'll see their head coach come out here now to have a quick talk with Pregame and Pelt.
Yeah, we got a little meeting of the minds out there on the mound. This will kind of be an opportunity for Lape Brinkman to kind of get settled in. He's been phenomenal the last 2 outs. He's really kind of worked the strike zone, did a good job of getting some weak contact. He's been very impressive. No one's up in the Blue Dogs bullpen. Head coach Vern Hasty's doing and kind of going out there showing confidence in his pitcher, and that's all you really need as a pitcher, right? You see no one warming up in the bullpen, but you see your coach coming out, you still got it. You're good. Lock in, get this last out, go to the top of the 4th.
Let's see what Lape Brinkman can do here. Now there's the 1-0. That one outside there for ball number 2. There's the 2-0 for Brinkman. That one in there for strike number 1. And that's Peyton Larson, number 17, up to bat for the Filthballers. Larson trying to make something happen here. His last time he's up to bat, he did strike out. That will even us up now 2 apiece.
This is a big pitch from Lape Brinkman right here. You got to think that the emotions could be running high if you were to get this strikeout. There's going to the top of the 4th, tied at nothing apiece would be massive.
And a big swing and a miss there from Larson. And Lape Brinkman will get out of the inning with no damage done. Ethan, what an inning we had there from the Filthballers, and the Royal Blue Dogs were able to escape there easily.
Yeah, they were able to really kind of work out of a mess right there. The Filthballers are going to have to go out there, play some defense, and the Blue Dogs are going to have to get some runs up here as we go to the top of the 4th right here on the Corn Belt League Network.
welcome you to the top of the 4th inning here at beautiful J.J. Isaacson Field. The sun's going down here, as you can see on your screen, folks, and it's going to become a beautiful night here. The temperature dropped to about 11 degrees in just about an hour. 91 degrees when we started, and it's now about 82 degrees. I'm going to refresh that here on our weather app, but
I don't know how it just went from 82 to 89 degrees on our weather app, but, man, that's a rapid heat increase right there.
Nevertheless, that's Trace Mahacek up to bat. There's the 0-1. That one will be sent down to the shortstop there, and a throw will be a little short off the ground, and that'll be in there for ball number 1. Or check that, out number 1. Excuse me there. Bit of a miss up of my words there. My apologies there, folks, but beautiful ground there from Elsbecker over to Rivers, and it'll be out number 1.
That was a beautiful pick by Matthew Rivers over there at first base. Eli Elsbecker in the gap, off balance, throws a laser over there. Matthew Rivers picks it perfectly. Good job by Matthew Rivers to save the out.
That'll bring up Will Johnson. Last time we saw him up, he got that triple. Got that triple out to left field. We'll see what he can do here now. There's the 1-0. That one in there for ball number 2. Now there's the 2-0. That one in there for ball number 3. See what Johnson can do here. He's up in the count now, and see if he can kind of match the energy he brought out in the top of the 2nd. But nevertheless, here's the 3-0. That one will be low there. Good eye from Johnson as he'll take his base there, and we'll put Will Johnson on first.
Will Johnson has put together some nice at-bats. He had that triple in his first at-bat. That at-bat, 4-pitch walk, didn't even have to take the bat off of his shoulders. And now this gives Jake Butler, who's had some quality ABs so far this year, gives him a chance to kind of break this game open, as we've only seen 3 combined hits so far in this game.
There's the 1-0. There's the 1-0 from Metzler. You see the pitch to the throw there from Nino, as Johnson will try to take second, and he'll be safe there on second. Good throw there from Nino, because he's got quite the arm. That one going to be hit way out to left field, and a beautiful catch there from Cortez, as that will bring in the 2nd out. That was skyrocketed out there to almost the warning track there, but Cortez was able to hit that one in his mitt. What a play there from Julius Cortez.
Great play by Julius Cortez, jumping on the run. That was a spectacular catch. We've seen the leather being flashed here tonight, and it's usually comes from these outfielders. These outfielders have been doing a good job of tracking these balls down. We see a little bit of a shift out there, though. The center fielder, Peyton Larson, playing a little bit to the left field. You're playing a little bit more of a pull here on Carter Washburn. The right fielder also kind of creeping from that right field line closer over here.
I'll bring up Washburn now up to bat for the Blue Dogs. Last time we saw Washburn up, he hit that fly ball out into right field. Take a steal there from Johnson, and he'll be safe there on third as he's just 90 feet closer to scoring.
Yeah, Carter Washburn from Buena Vista University. Buena Vista has produced a lot of talent. There's a lot of guys from Buena Vista on this team. You've got his teammate, the pitcher, Logan Lape Brinkman out there on the mound. Caden Barton, Jackson Van Pelt, a lot of guys from Buena Vista out there playing here today.
That one hit down the right field line, and that will go off into foul territory there. It'll just go back off the line, and we'll have 3-1 here.
Very close play. That's interesting, though, on 3-0 that he gets the green light on the 3-0. Usually on 3-0, you get the red light, you watch the pitch, and then you attack on 3-1 if he throws you a strike. But interesting swing right there on the 3-0.
There's a 3-1. Swung on there, and that will be some confusion here. I believe that will be.
I don't know exactly what was going on. I think all of us had a 3-2 count. I've been keeping track the whole game. That I had a 3-2 count right there. But I must be mistaken. We're going to go to the bottom of the fourth here. Still tied at nothing ball game right here on the Corn Belt League Network.
We welcome you back to the bottom of the fourth after a confusing ending to the top of the fourth. Some confusion there from our umpires. We had a 3-2 count, and it wasn't over yet, but they'll call it strike number 3. But nevertheless, we'll see Burnett up the bat for the Filthballers.
Yeah, we had a full count. PA guy Ryan Lewis had a full count. So it's just a little, maybe the umpire, something saw wrong, or I'm not quite sure. Carson Burnett with a nice little line drive between the 5-6 gap out there to get the first hit of the inning here for the Filthballers.
Great start there from Burnett. Put him on first now. Matthew Rivers. Rivers now up to bat.
Got to expect that Burnett is going to try to get into scoring position here. The Filthballers are kind of probably starting to get tired of this nothing ball game. They want to break ahead here.
That one high and upstairs for ball number 1. Now there's the pitch. Rivers will look at that one and swing. Tie us up now 1 even.
Got to leave those up the stairs. You got to, it's like the laundry basket that you leave up the stairs. You got to leave it up there. You don't want to bring it down the stairs. What's the point when the laundry room is on the top floor? You got to leave it up there.
That one will be in there for ball number 2.
4 combined hits in the bottom of the fourth inning, and we still have yet to see a run come across the board. The Blue Dogs have only put together 1 base hit so far here in this one.
Now there's the 2-1. Make it 3-1 now. Rivers up in the count now. Let's see what you can do here. They bring him in only Down by 2, and that one will be in there for ball number 4, and we'll see Rivers and Burnett advance up 90 feet.
This is a perfect opportunity for Anthony Nino, who coming into this game was batting .273 with a .364 slugging and a .385 on-base percentage. You add those two together, he's hitting at about a little bit above a 750 OPS. Excuse me, I was trying to do my math in my head at the same time while talking. I'm not going to do that again.
That'll bring up Anthony Nino now to bat, and it'll be in there for strike number 1.
As a team, this Filthballers team is batting .251 as a team. They have a lot of quality hitters. They have a couple guys batting over 400, multiple guys batting over 300, so they definitely are able to put the ball in play.
Some depth like that's what this team wants, and how we fouled off against the back gate there. We're off the back fence, check that.
Anthony Nino is tied for first in the team lead with 4 RBIs. Multiple guys behind him with 2. One guy behind him, Julius Cortez, with 3. But he's tied with Eli Ellsbecker with 4 RBIs.
One tie there for ball number 1. Nino staying alive here. That one going to be fouled off, and he's still alive here.
It's an interesting take right there. Did a good job of chopping at that one inside. On those inside pitches, the hitter is trained to step his foot back and really pull on that ball down the third base line. You want to try to keep that one on the west coast of the second base. So he did a really good job of chopping at that one, staying alive on the 1-2.
Here's the 1-2. That one will be low there for ball number 2. Man, Nino's really staying alive like the Bee Gees, isn't he?
Yeah. Staying alive. I mentioned that on the broadcast a couple games ago. Jackson and I were singing that together on the broadcast. We can't sing. Don't worry, we are not quitting our day jobs, but we attempted at least.
That one will be fouled once again. We'll be back here with the 2-2.
Good job by Nino. Staying alive. Not to go back to the song, but I feel like every time I say staying alive, it just pops up in my head. It's like a Spotify playlist stuck on repeat in there, which is very frustrating. I don't want to keep hearing this song.
I think about that clip from The Office.
Oh, goodness gracious, yes.
That one from Nino hit out into the foul territory there, almost off the lights.
I mean, what are the chances? I don't think he could do that again if he tried. Off the lights, man. That's tough. When you think about that, that's a 1 in a million. I think we are the only people in the ballpark excited that the ball just hit off the light pole. But nonetheless, that was pretty cool.
Got to be thankful I didn't break the light there. Otherwise, I would have been right down there on our third base cameraman. That would have not been good for him. But nevertheless, it doesn't look like any lights are broken. That one's going to be hit there from Nino out into left field. And we'll see a runner come in to score a run. Will we see 2? We'll see 2 out of a bit of a mix-up there out in left field. And we'll see a runner advance to third. That's Nino on third, and he's doing a bit of a dance.
Oh, yeah.
He's excited for that one, but 2 runs will come in for the Filthballers here in the bottom of the 4th. What a start for them here.
Do your little dancey dance, Anthony Nino. Way to piece that one up, standing on third with the 2 RBI, no out triple. Anthony Nino breaks this game open. I was talking about how he wanted to keep his hands inside, drive it out to left field. That's exactly what he did. He split the 7-8 gap, which is the left fielder center field gap, perfectly. Great job by Anthony Nino. Now you got a lefty up at the plate, and we'll see if he can pull one to the right side of the field.
Nevertheless, there's the pitch. That one's strike number 1. It's a big swing there from Brandt. to pitch for Luke Brinkman. That one inside there for ball number 2. Bubba. 2-2 count now. Pitcher in the bullpen for the Blue Dogs. That's number 22, Connor Buress.
The young man from Nebraska Wesleyan University getting some throwing done out on the mound for the Royal Blue Dogs.
Now, if you're Lape Brinkman right now, Ethan, what's your thoughts going into this right now?
You just got to survive. You're definitely still in this game if you're the Royal Blue Dogs. There's still plenty of time left. We're only in the bottom of the 4th. You just got to do some damage control and keep this game right where it's at.
There's the 3-2. That's fouled back right in front of us. Oh, that will stay in, and Pelt will look to catch that. Will slide on his knees and bring up some dirt, but that'll stay in the field of play, and the count will stay full.
Fully expected that ball to get out of play. That ball looked like it was tracking for landing, honestly, in this little concrete pathway right in front of us here. But the ball stayed in play, and Jackson Van Pelt almost made another amazing play behind the plate. He's been doing a really good job of ripping that mask off and getting to where he needs to be in time.
Now there's the 3-2. That's in there for strike number 3. It'll catch him looking as he will head back to his dugout. That'll bring up out number 1 for the Filthballers. And there's 2 runners that came in to score 2 runs. We have 1 out and 1 runner on third. What an inning for the Filthballers.
What an inning for the Filthballers, but it's definitely far from over. Cooper McCoy's stepping up to the plate here. There's still a runner on third. A fly ball to center field or right field can definitely score the run here. So a ball in play for the Filthballers is definitely not out of the equation.
Wonder what kind of dance we'll see Nino do when he crosses home plate.
Oh my! Well, we saw something real special. Yeah, we saw something real special when he got on third.
That one's inside there for ball number 2. You don't have that commentator's jinx.
No, yeah, we used up our commentator's jinx in the first inning.
There's the 2-0. That's inside there for ball number 3. Make it 3-0 now. And this is a vital win right now for this Filthballer team, so they can kind of get on top and stay on top, Ethan. This is what they kind of want to do, and kind of cash in and cash out like Tyler the Creator with those runs. And then McCoy will take his base now, and have runners on the corners.
Yeah, we'll have runners on the corners. You're painting the ends of the diamond is what I like to say sometimes, as we see Jackson Van Pelt go out to talk to Logan Lape Brinkman, and you're doing this to give your guy in the bullpen a little bit more time, get a couple more throws in, make sure he's warm and ready to go. As Lape Brinkman overall today has been really good. He's been really, really good. He's got 6 strikeouts today, and he's only allowed 4 hits and 2 earned runs. But I think what's going to be most known about this pitching appearance is, unfortunately, that 2-run bottom of the 4th that we're currently in. But other than that, not to hang your head if you're Logan Lape Brinkman. He's gone out there and dealt. He's really showcased his stuff.
Now there's the pitch from Lape Brinkman. It's in there for ball number 1. And that's Corey Benton. And there's the 1-0 to Benton. One's in there for ball number 2. There's the 2-0. That one be foul tipped and back into the protection there for the fans, and bring up the 2-1.
If that was netting instead of fence, that ball could be squeaking through to the fans. I'm ready for one. I am so ready for one to just fly straight over this little chain link fence we got here. Thought someone was knocking on our window.
Sound that ball's going to make as it comes flying back and into the window. I bet you'll be ready there, Ethan.
I will be so ready. One of these days, I want to catch a foul ball in the Seymour Smith press box. That's a bucket list goal of mine right here.
And that will... Corey Benton will now take his base.
And we'll see head coach Vern Hasty walk out to the mound. We're going to see most likely a pitching change, if not just time to get your pitcher going. And, yeah, we're going to see a pitching change here as Vern Hasty goes out to the mound to pull his pitcher.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here at the Corn Belt League Network. After this quick break, we will have a new pitcher for the Royal Blue Dogs. Welcome you back here to J.J. Isaacson Field after the pitching change for the Royal Blue Dogs. The final stat line here for Logan Lape Brinkman, 3.1 innings pitched, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. And let's bring up the new pitcher.
Yeah, we got Connor Burris from Nebraska Wesleyan University. This is his 3rd game of this season. 2 1/3 innings pitched. He's faced 17 batters. He's given up 4 hits and 2 earned runs, and he's hit 3 batters in his appearance. He's posting a whip of about 1.74, and he's won 1 game in his appearance. He's got a 286 opponent's batting average with a 6.09 ERA. I always like to bring whip up in the equation. If you don't know what whip is, it's walks plus hits plus innings pitched. So that's kind of calculated. You just add them together, and that's how you get your whip, which is 1.74. In the MLB, a great whip is anything below 1.05 to 1.1. In college, it's about 1.25, 1.35. For the Corn Belt League, I'd say 1.74 is very, very good. That would place him 3rd on his team in whip. So Connor Burris is out on the mound today for the Royal Blue Dogs. We got a righty coming in after a lefty.
Well, the bases are juiced here for the Filthballers with 1 out. That one to be hit high fly ball from Gardner. That will be in the shallow left center. That one will be a great catch there from Silman. We'll see 1 runner come in, and he will be out there on home plate. Oh, and they'll call that out number 3, and we'll see 2 runners come in here for the Filthballers in the bottom of the 4th, and that'll bring up the end of the 4th. We're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network.
2 runs on 2.
welcome you back here to the top of the 5th inning. In case you missed it, my name is Ryan Kelly. Joining me in the broadcast booth, Ethan McCormick. Filthballers lead 2-0 here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, what an inning we saw from the Filthballers in the bottom of the 4th. They had 2 runs on 2 hits in that bottom of the 4th. They really broke things open, and we'll see if the Blue Dogs can go out there and respond here with Ryan Malone leading things off here in the top of the 5th.
Ryan Malone not had his best night here at J.J. Isaacson Field, but nevertheless he's trying to make up here, and that one's me lost in the dirt there from Nino.
Ryan Malone has not recorded a hit in 7 plate appearances so far in this 2023 campaign, looking to get his first hit so far this season.
Now there's the 1-1, make it 2-1 now. And that one's inside there for ball number 3. There's the 3-1. That one inside there for ball number 4, and Malone will get a nice stroll there to first.
That was Ryan Malone's first walk of the year, and that is the first time he's actually been on base this 2023 campaign. So Ryan Malone getting to see the Bates pass for the first time in this 2023 campaign. Now we got Lewitt stepping up to the plate here. And the Royal Blue Dogs might have something cooking here with no outs.
Pitch there from Metzler. Malone will look to take the second, but will go back. That will be ball number 1.
That's a great pullback on the bunt right there by Lewitt. Did a really good job of recognizing that ball is not what you wanted to see on a bunt situation. Good job pulling back. Now you're up in the count 1-0.
There's the 1-0. That one will be hit there from Lewitt into right field. A great catch there, as that will bring up out number 1. Great catch there from Brandt, as we'll have Malone still on first, and no movement from this Royal Blue Dogs team. And there he is. There's Brandt there on your screen.
The flow. He's got the flow. He's got the long hair. That definitely works in his flavor. I would love to see him run. I'd love to see him run, to see that flow flap in the wind behind him like a Superman's cape. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of fun. And yes, I did say flavor on accident. I meant to say favor. I got to correct myself. I meant to say favor, but the L slipped up in there. That's my bad.
That'll bring up Hunter Warner now to bat for the Royal Blue Dogs. Now there's the 1-0. Nino looking to Rivers over there at first. Metzler will lose control of the ball there a little bit. Looking out in the crowd here, Ethan. It's a Royal Blue Dogs game. I do not see a single dog in the crowd this evening. Hopefully one will be in attendance here later this evening. And there's a pitch from Metzler. You know, we'll take that one up and send it back to Metzler.
A little bit on Metzler here. Metzler posting a 1.52 ERA. That's a little bit lower now that he's been able to record a couple outs. It's probably about sub 1.4. 6 strikeouts to his thing. He's only given up 1 earned run this whole entire season and 9 1/3 innings pitched.
Metzler looking back to first there, looking to Rivers. Malone will make it back in time and be safe.
As a team, the Omaha Filthballers have a 3.09 ERA and opponent's batting average of sub 200. That's about ideal.
That one's inside there for ball number 4, and Warner will take his base, and that'll bring up TJ Silman. Then a quick meeting on the mound there between Nino and Metzler and their head coach there, but
and for the Blue Dogs, this is the best hitter, pound for pound, stat for stat. This is the best hitter coming up in your lineup. TJ Silliman batting .400 on the year, has 1 RBI, but don't let that 1 RBI distract you from the fact that he's drawn 5 walks, 6 stolen bases. That's 6 stolen bases would place him first on the team for the Blue Dogs, and they're needing a big hit out of him right here. They need him to step up. They need him to kind of come up big. You got runners in scoring position. A triple, which we've seen from Will Johnson earlier in the game, but a triple will break this thing open here for the for the Royal Blue Dogs.
You're on the top of the 5th right now. There's kind of the time is ticking here as we're running out of innings for both teams here, but it's exactly what this Royal Blue Dog team wants to do here.
Metzler attempted to look back and pick off Malone at second, but his middle infield's not there to cover the bag.
And 2 runners on base with 1 out. Now there's the pitch from Metzler. That one's going to be lost in the dirt there from Nino.
Nino's been doing a phenomenal job back there behind the plate. He's been a brick wall. He's looked phenomenal. He's been keeping a lot of balls in front of him. He's been doing a good job saving some runs, especially with runners in scoring position. A pass ball could be the difference between a run or not. So good job by Nino back there on saving some runs.
And there's the pitch from Metzler, the 1-0. And we'll be in there for ball number 2. And no action in the Filthballers bullpen right now, but if you're Metzler, you just want to try to calm it down out there on the mound.
Yeah, I would totally agree. You want to keep things calm out there. You got to just breathe. Come into your own. Still trust your stuff. You're definitely not out of this.
This pitch from Metzler. That one's high and outside there for a ball number 3.
Metzler's always composed himself. This is the second time I've personally seen Metzler pitch so far in this 2023 season. He does a good job of composure. He does a good job of containing his emotions out there on the mound, and that's a very mature pitcher.
And that one will be there for ball number 4, and see Silman take a stroll to first, and everybody will move up 90 feet to think the base is loaded.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 17, Luke T.
Luke Bees is now up to the plate here for the Royal Blue Dogs. Bees, I would arguably say the second best hitter on this team, batting .353. He has got himself 1 RBI on the season and 17 at-bats. He's definitely one of the more solid hitters in the top of the order here for Vern Hasty and the Royal Blue Dogs.
Let's see what Bees can do here.
High situation, bases are loaded.
With 1 out, now there's the pitch from Metzler. One's upstairs outside for ball number 1. There's the 1-0 from Metzler. It's in there for strike number 1.
Umpire's got a little bit of an inconsistent zone. We've seen it change a couple times from the top of the first now to the top of the 5th. We've seen it go kind of back and forth.
That one will be hit, and that will go off the third baseman glove. That's Burnett, and we'll see 1 runner come in. on 1 out. Now the Royal Blue Dogs just down by 1. Play.
That's a tough play, though. That's an E5 for Carson Burnett. That's a tough play over there, but the ball did hit your glove. You still got to make that play. Even if you step on third, that is still a force out there at third. As Metzler loses control of the curveball, the play at the plate, tough play at the plate.
And he'll be called safe there as the second run will come in for the Royal Blue Dogs. And we're going to be tied up now 2 even.
Yeah, just like that. 2 runs come across the board. So in the bottom of the 4th, the Filthballers get 2. And then the top of the 5th, the Royal Blue Dogs come back and they respond. We kind of saw this a little bit on our game on Sunday night. We saw the Blue Dogs kind of come back and win in that one. But it'll be interesting to see here if they can still tack things on. Runners on second and third.
Yeah, 2 runners in scoring position with 2 runs. That one's going to be in the dirt there. We'll see if Nino's going to go talk to Metzler. And if you're Metzler, you just want to calm it down right now because you just want to try to get out of this inning as painless as possible, or as easy as possible. I'd like to put it.
And you got to wonder how much of a leash that head coach Jonathan Francisco for the Filthballers is going to put on Evan Metzler here. The command and the control has definitely started to waver a little bit. You got to think that he's maybe starting to get into his own head. With a 2-0 count, a ground ball will not turn a double play because there's not a runner on first. It's second and third here, but a walk wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because then you've got bases loaded and it's a force out at all 4 bases. But right now, Metzler's got to work himself out of a little bit of a jam.
He lost by Nino and get the signal to come home, and that will bring another runner in. It's number 15, TJ Silman will come in as Van Pelt will give him a little bit of a signal to come in.
And Metzler was telling Jonathan Francisco, essentially, I want out. He was making some motions over to the Filthballers dugout, and I think he was kind of telling him that he wants out of the ball game. When your pitcher is telling you he wants out, that's a surefire way that he's going to want out. He's losing his command.
That one's going to be sent there and off of Van Pelt, and Coach Francisco will now come out. See what they're going to do here, but nevertheless, we're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. We'll be back with more information here shortly. Welcome you back, folks, after our quick timeout here on the Corn Belt League Network. We got a new pitcher on the mound for the Filthballers. But let's take a look at Metzler's stats before we introduce our new pitcher. He had 1.1 innings pitched, 4 walks with 2 earned runs and 1 strikeout. Ethan, do you want to bring in our new pitcher?
Yeah, we got Jacob Martin out on the mound today for the Filthballers. Coming into this one, this is his his third appearance of the year. He's pitched 4 full innings, 17 batters faced. He's given up 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a 1.50 WHIP with no wins on his schedule. And he's got a 2.31 batters opponent's average with the 5.25 ERA. And the young man is out there on the mound, and he is a great pitcher. He's kind of what the Filthballers are going to need. He's going to be throwing gas out there. Jacob Martin from Western Technical College will be getting the nod here in relief at the top of the 5th.
Trace Mahacek up now to bat for the Royal Blue Dogs, and he's going to look back there to first, and he'll be safe. That is.
We got a pitch runner here. It's Kurgowski is running now. A little bit more speed for the Royal Blue Dogs. They want to add some insurance runs here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, anything to get on top and kind of to stay on top here. But nevertheless, the 1-0 count here with 1 out. Kind of a perfect setup here with runners on the corners. That one skied up and rocketed back into the stands. Get a piece of bubble gum if you return your foul ball to the first or third base dog. Are they still doing bubble gum?
I think they are, yes. I still think they're doing the bubble gum giveaway for a foul ball.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, hey, I'll take that. I hope that's kind of the reason why I want to catch a foul ball. I want a piece of bubble gum.
Good deal for some of the young fans out here with their gloves, or Ethan up here in the press box, but hey.
Anything for a piece of bubble gum up here.
Now there's the 1-1 from Martin. That one hit into center field. That one will drop in. A runner will come in to score the 3rd run. As a Rockets, check that, the 4th run. Just adding more insurance on to the Royal Blue Dogs here.
Trace Mahacek, the RBI machine, comes in and gets his 6th RBI of the 2023 season. Now we've got runners on first and second. There's still a runner in scoring position here for Will Johnson, who pieced up a triple and about 2 at-bats ago, so we'll see if he can stay red hot at the plate.
Still got 1 runner in scoring position here for the Royal Blue Dogs. That one's going to be down in the dirt for ball number 1. There's the 1-0. Make it now 1 even. Now there's the 1-1. That one hit there out into center field. Once again, it'll be picked up by the shortstop. That's Elsbecker. And Johnson will be caught out for out number 2.
Good job by Elsbecker. The shortstop is kind of the captain of your infield. He's going to be the leader for your team in the infield. So he did a good job of calling off Dane Gardner, making sure that there was no collision. Communication is key out there whenever there's a fly ball. You got to talk. You got to let them know whose is who. And good job by Eli Elsbecker on calling off that fly ball.
Now there's Jake Butler. That one's high up there for ball number 1. Still some room, some wiggle room here to make something happen for Butler with a runner on second and first. Martin looking back, will go with the pitch. That one there for ball number 2. There's the 2-0. He's in there for ball number 3, a little low once again. Butler up in the count. Now there's the 3-0. Swung on. That one sent down the third base line. Lots of power there, Ethan.
Holy moly, what a rocket ship of a line drive down the third base line right there. Man, that was hit very hard. That was a blink and you miss it foul ball right there. Almost threaded a needle on the line. Interesting once again that they have the green light on 3-0, but nonetheless, that was an absolute missile down the line.
Now there's the 3-1. That one be in there upstairs for ball number 4. And Butler will take his base as he sort of a little stroll in the park to first. And bring up Carter Washburn.
Bases are juiced once again here for the Royal Blue Dogs. Carter Washburn, if he can get a hold of one, this could potentially be a bases clearing double, triple, maybe even a single, depending on how quick Jake Butler is over there at first.
Now there's the pitch from Martin. That one a little low there for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 from Martin. Now the 1-1 delivery. That one sent down to the second baseman. Will be picked up there by Gardner, and that will be sent to first to get the third out with Rivers, and that will end the top of the 5th. We're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome you back here to the bottom of the 5th as the Filthballers are back up to bat, trying to heal some of the damage that was done, try to fix the open wound here as the Royal Blue Dogs lead 4-2. That one hit there from Elspecker will be caught out there from Warner. Beautiful little pop there and catch there from Warner. They'll go.
That's a good old classic bunt, fly out. So that's going to be ruled. That's going to be ruled an F7 or an F5. That's a fly out to third on a bunt. You don't see that very often, right there. That's very, very, very interesting in the scorebook.
Top of the order for the Filthballers. That's Julius Cortez. Now there's the 1-0 delivery, swung on a miss. There's the 1-1. That one sent down the third base line. Will be fouled out. Make it 1-2. There's the pitch from Burris. Swung on and missed, and that's out number 2. Julius Cortez will be caught looking there and bring up Peyton Larson now.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 17, Peyton Larson.
There's the pitch there from Burris. Be swung on and foul tipped. One high up there for ball number 1, and even us up now 1 apiece. One, make that now 1-2.
Really good payoff pitch right here from Burris, and the Royal Blue Dogs could have a steam engine cooking into the top of the 6th.
Just like that, 1, 2, 3, and 1 inning there for Burris. And we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back with the top of the 6th. Welcome you back here to the top of the 6th inning here at J.J. Isaacson Field. The sun has gone down, the lights have come on, and what a night for baseball.
Oh, I agree. What a beautiful night for baseball here in Omaha, Nebraska. I would say during the month of June, baseball in Omaha is a sight to see. You know, you got the College World Series coming to town. You got the Corn Belt League that's in the height of its season. The Slump Buster, which is a giant youth tournament for ages 8 to 14 that gets put on here in Omaha. What a time to be a baseball fan here in Omaha. Plenty of baseball going around.
Martin on the mound for the Filthballers and Ryan Malone up to bat. There's the 0-1 delivery there. That one fouled back there from Malone.
Quick little update on our College World Series game in the top of the 9th. LSU is up 5-0 on Tennessee, and it looks like the Volunteers' season is going to be most likely over. You know, I've seen crazier things happen in baseball, but you never know.
That one hit from Malone. That one will stay in play there as Van Pelt is able to make the catch. And check that, it's Nino.
Man, we've seen some great plays from the catchers here today. We've seen Jackson Van Pelt make a nice play going to the fence as well. We just saw Nino make a nice play. We've seen Jackson Van Pelt kind of throw his body around for the Blue Dogs back there. And then we just saw Nino right there take a nice little catch to the fence. So if Leather's been flashing for the catchers behind the plate so far in this game.
Bring up Lewitt now up the bat. That one will be sent down the line there, and that one will be safe there as Rivers was not on the base to get the out. Sent just right on top of second base there. What a hit.
That's going to be ruled an error. I think that would be ruled an error as Elsbecker had every opportunity to make a clean throw to first. That's going to be an E6 in the scorebook for all those scorebook junkies out there. That's going to be ruled an E6. Elsbecker just not able to make a clean throw in time, but nonetheless, that is going to be an error for Elsbecker.
That one there from Elsbecker will be hit out into right field. Or check that. It's Warner. And a beautiful catch there out from Brandt. It's number 19, Hunter Werner. Beautiful hit there. And
Top of the order, the
we'll
center
still
fielder,
have
number 15, TJ Sullivan.
Lewitt on base. It's in there for strike number 1. Now there's the pitch from Martin. That one is sent back there from Nino. No back support there. That one will be sent out into center field as nobody was back there to support that throw, and then it'll get loose.
That was a great throw, or I guess, excuse me, a great pop time from Nino behind the plate. Would have gotten him in time if he would have been able to make a clean throw down there, as Lewitt kind of got a bad jump on that, didn't read the pitcher's stretch very well. Nino makes a clean throw. We go to the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Nino's just got a cannon.
Yeah, he does. He really does. The accuracy sometimes needs to be there for Nino, but he definitely has a cannon. He's got the rocket arm, the great pop time, the great bat. Nino is really a great catcher overall.
Now there's the pitch there. That will be sent down the line, and we'll be a 2 apiece.
As the third base coach and the head coach, Vern Hasty, got to keep your head on a swivel over there, Coach. That ball was coming right at you. Did a good job showcasing those youthful legs and getting out of the way.
Now there's the pitch from Martin. That one going to be in there for strike number 3. They'll catch him looking, and we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. We're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. welcome you back to the bottom of the 6th, where the Royal Blue Dogs lead 4-2 over the Filthballers, and we'll have Carson Brunette now up to bat. Brunette has had quite the night here. That one's going to be hit out into left field there. That one will stay in play there as it'll go off the line. That'll be a double for Carson Brunette.
What a way to lead off the inning for the Filthballers here in the bottom of the 6th. Carson Burnett, first pitch he saw, he gets ahead of that one, squeezes it down the left field line right by Hunter Warner. And that's exactly how the Filthballers want to lead off this inning. If they want to come back here, they've only got 6 outs remaining to take the lead or tie the ball game here. So with Matthew Rivers at the plate, what a time to do so.
Nevertheless, there's the pitch from Buress. Big swing there from Rivers. Be now a 1-1 count here. Now there's the 1-1 delivery. That one's going to go off of his shoulder there, and Rivers will take his base.
Good job by Rivers. You know, you're taking one from the team right there. Now you've got runners on first and second. If you know you're the hitter here, you don't want to hit a ground ball. Anthony Nino, who's had a really solid day back behind the plate catching, and hopefully he can maintain his hot day at the plate hitting. So we'll see if he can kind of give the Filthballers some hope here in the bottom of the 6th.
There's the pitch from Buress. That one
ran in and got him.
It's going to hit him another time here. Second hit by pitch. And
so if you're Buress, that's 2 pitches, 2 hit by pitches. You need to just take a second for yourself and breathe out there. We're going to see a courtesy runner here for Nino, as he is the catcher. We're going to see I believe that was number 2, Brandon Hillis, who's normally the starting shortstop for the Filthballers, get out there and run some bases for Anthony Nino. That's a courtesy runner situation. You don't want your catcher running in that type of situation.
That'll bring up Tristan Brandt for the Filthballers, and now
the flow. Tristan Brandt with the flow. The flow can be the hero here.
With the bases juiced. There's the 1-0. One's upstairs for ball number 2. Now there's the 2-0. That's inside upstairs for ball number 3.
We got a Royal Blue Dog warming up in the bullpen. Caden Barton from Buena Vista University is warming up in the bullpen in a possible high-intensity clutch relief appearance here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now there's the pitch there. That's in there for strike number 1.
Three-one count. This is exactly where Tristan Brandt wants to be in this type of situation. Force Burris to pitch to you.
There's the hit from Brandt out into left field. That one will get into the glove of Lewitt, and we'll see one runner come in to score a run.
Yeah, so that's just chipping away at the lead for the Filthballers. They did a really good job of putting one out into play there, and that's exactly how you want to start chipping back. You've got runners on first and second now, so they can continue to piece up some hits. Now you've got you got Lewitt going up to the plate here, Cooper McCoy. My bad, I'm in the wrong spot in the lineup here. I need to read the scorebook a little easier, but Cooper McCoy, he can be the hero.
Let's see what McCoy can do here with 1 out and Runners on first and second. Now there's the pitch. That one's in there for strike number 1.
McCoy can kind of take his time. He's got to utilize his time against Burres here to kind of really control the situation. An interesting situation. He's going to be, looks like he was, they called him out, but it looked like he got underneath that tag. An interesting play from Matthew Rivers, though. Caught him stealing, threw over there. Looked like he got underneath the tag, but did not. And Tristan Brand also moves up 30 or 90 feet.
Nevertheless, we still have one runner in scoring position here. It's Tristan Brandt, and we'll see what.
That's just a interesting base running situation for the Filthballers. That's kind of really poor, especially in a high intensity situation like this. You can't afford to have a base running mishap like that.
There's the hit from McCoy. That one's going to go to the shortstop. Quick throw over to first to Mahacek, and that's out number 3.
That's a very close play from Bees over to Mahacek. Cooper McCoy, I thought, was maybe going to stretch that one out, but does not. That's a great play from Bees to Mahacek.
Oh, we're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. The Royal Blue Dogs still lead 4, Filthballers 3. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome you back to the top of the 7th inning, where the Royal Blue Dogs lead 4-3. In case you missed it, my name is Ryan Kelly. Joining me in the broadcast booth here for our final inning is Ethan McCormick. What a game we've had so far this evening, Ethan.
Yeah, it's been quite the game. We've seen a lot here, especially in the last couple innings, as an absolute rocket ship of another hit from Luke Bees hits right off of Carson Burnett, and we're going to see him go into second, and they're going to call him out on the throw. What a play. What a series of events here at Seymour Smith.
Wow. Just wow.
That a lot happened there. Let me kind of dissect this and unfold it like a Chipotle burrito. So let me dissect this here. So an absolute stinger from Bees, right? He tries to stretch it from 1 to 2. That's his first mistake, and he gets thrown out by Julius Cortez in left field. Man, a lot happened right there. A lot happened right there.
Jackson Van Pelt now up to bat for the Royal Blue Dogs, trying to just get some final bits of insurance here. That one's going to be skied out to the third base foul line there. As count now is 1-1.
I kind of want a Chipotle burrito. I don't know why I said that. I'm hungry.
That one's going to be skied out there from Van Pelt. Out into left field. That one will drop. And he will get safe on first. Lots of power on that one there. Kind of lost track of it here as the sun's going down, but nevertheless, we have one runner on first with one out.
I thought that was more of the left fielder's ball. I thought that was more in the range of Julius Cortez rather than Peyton Larson. But I guess we can't hear if Peyton Larson called off Julius Cortez from up here. He could have called him off from up here. But I thought Julius Cortez had every right to get to that ball, and I thought he had the speed to get there.
If you give that ball to Cortez, his cannon, that's going to go in.
He's definitely got the arm out there to kind of prove. Well, I mean, he proved it on that first out where he gunned down him at first, but yeah.
And realize that's Trace Mahacek up to bat. And there's the 0-1.
Trace Mahacek was a member of the 2022 Corn Belt League All-Star team that went down to Wichita, Kansas last August and competed on that team. That was quite the fun week down there in Wichita, and Trace Mahacek is definitely one of those guys that keeps trips entertaining, fun, and you never know what Trace is going to do next.
That one from Mahacek's hit out into left field. That one will drop right in front of Cortez, and every runner there will advance up 90 feet. We still have one out here. One runner in scoring position and one runner on first. Royal Blue Dogs are setting up an appointment with the insurance agent here.
Yeah, they called Geico. They want to get their insurance. They can save 15% or more on their game insurance.
You need to get like a little graphic with the lizard on the screen.
That walks across the screen every time we say Geico. Geico, or that's his name, Geico the Gecko. And just have him walk across the screen. That would be something. You know, we're going to make this happen for you viewers. We'll try.
There's the 2-0 there from Martin. Martin. Look back now. There's a 2-0 delivery. It's in there for strike number 1.
Will Johnson has had some amazing at-bats here today. He's done a really good job of piecing together some great at-bats. He had a triple in his first at-bat, and he's had a walk in one of his previous at-bats as well.
Will Johnson, that one's going to be skied up and over to Rivers. Rivers will make the catch to get the second out, and that will possibly try to, or the Filthballers, the Filthballers are trying to kind of end this bit of an insurance meeting that the Royal Blue Dogs are trying to have here, but nevertheless, that'll be Jake Butler now up to bat with 2 outs and 2 runners on base. Now there's the delivery. That one in there for strike number 1 right down the middle. Pitch there, in there for ball number 1. Pitch. That one's a little low there for ball number 2. Two-one delivery there to Butler. That one's going to be up. Rivers trying to make the catch over there on first base. Foul territory will not be successfully. See both runners there for the Blue Dogs were about to round the corner to home and try to score some more insurance here.
Got to note Matt Rivers was hauling to that ball. Matthew Rivers was moving. He was turning those legs. I was very impressed with his speed getting back to that ball. That's a tough catch, though, over the shoulder, running behind you. That would have been an incredible catch.
Him, Nino, and Vimpel have really been having a lot of those good foul ball catch there's. That one from Butler, he's sent there to the shortstop, Elsbecker. That one will get the out on third, and that'll bring up the Filthballers, where the Royal Blue Dogs lead 4-3 over the Filthballers. And the Filthballers will be back up here to try to add any more runs they can to bring home their victory over the Royal Blue Dogs. We're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome you back to the bottom of the 7th. The Royal Blue Dogs are still in the lead with 4 runs over the Filthballers with 3. We have a new pitcher here for the Royal Blue Dogs. Ethan, do you want to talk about him real quick?
Yeah, Caden Barton's coming in from Buena Vista University. In the bullpen, he was throwing heat. He was showcasing that arm, throwing some heat in the bullpen. So definitely expect him to come and fill up that strike zone as well as come and fill up that radar gun. As he comes in looking to do some damage. Caden Barton posting a 20 ERA. Not ideal. Caden Barton has only pitched 1 1/3 innings, and he's only faced 20. He's faced 20 batters in 1 1/3 innings. That's quite a load right there that Caden Barton's had to deal with. But Filthballers are down to their final 3 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. We've surpassed the 2-hour and 15-minute mark in this game, so we're nearing that time limit. So we'll see what comes first, the time limit or a potential Blue Dogs victory.
Now there's the pitch. That one's way inside there. Will cause him to lean back there a little bit, but nevertheless, that's Benton up to bat for the Filthballers. There's the pitch from Barton. Big swing and a miss there from Corey Banton. The count now 2-1.
I mean, I mentioned earlier how he was going to come in and throw gas. That ball was thrown with a lot of velocity. I mean, you could tell by the way Banton swung. He swung out of his shoes trying to catch up.
One little low there. It's ball number 3. That one's right down the middle there for strike number 2.
High leverage spot here for Banton with the full count. Be waiting for that heat. Could be some high heat coming in. Got to be ready for it.
There's the pitch in there for strike number 3. They'll catch him looking. They'll throw that ball around the horn, or around the corn is where the Corn Belt League Network.
Speaking of around the corn, the podcast will be coming back here very soon, looking to have an initial release date of next week. So that's exciting. Be waiting on the Corn Belt League social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for that. That'll be coming around late next week.
That's Dane Gardner in the batter's box for the Filthballers. Trying to make any last possible plays here. That one's way outside there for ball number 1.
That was a big first strikeout for Cade Barton. That was a huge strikeout. That really kind of builds your confidence. Then you can carry into these next couple hitters, riding that confidence from that first strikeout.
Here's the pitch. That one there for strike number 2. Barton kind of riding off that confidence wave as you talked about, Ethan. If he can close this one out here and have a Blue Dogs victory, that will be tremendous for the record. Here's the pitch from Barton. 1-2 in there for strike number 3. Let's see if you can go 1-2-3 here.
That was a beautiful curveball right there on the 1-2. I mean, the way that ball broke in, it froze Dane Gardner. That's about as beautiful as a curveball that you're going to see. The rotation, everything about that at bat from Caden Barton was executed to perfection. Now the Filthballers are down to their final out here in the bottom of the 7th as Eli Ellsbecker looks to kind of be that guy that can keep this game rolling.
There's the pitch from Barton. That one fell back off from Ellsbecker. And he fouled off the back net.
Ellsbecker. He's got to play hero here. He's got to be confident.
There's the 0-1. And there for strike number 2. Comes down to this here for Ellsbecker.
That curveball from Caden Barton is electric. I mean, it's got beautiful movement. It starts in the other's batter's box, and it works its way back.
There's the pitch. In there for strike number 3. And the Royal Blue Dogs will come back from a loss and bring home their victory here. The final score, 4-3, the Royal Blue Dogs. What a game we've had here, Ethan. So let's just do a quick recap here before we go to our player of the game. Ethan.
Yeah, that was an amazing game. We saw great pitching from the from the Royal Blue Dogs. They were held together by Logan Lape Brinkman, who led the game in total strikeouts with 6 strikeouts, but then it was also Cade Barton who came in, struck out the side in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 strikeouts, or actually all 3 strikeouts were looking on the curveball. First strikeout looking, second strikeout looking, third strikeout looking. So amazing effort from Caden Barton coming in relief and closing this game out and getting the save. But it was definitely all set up by Logan Lape Brinkman, who had 7 first pitch strikes, 3 1/3 innings, 6 strikeouts here. And then it was also it was Nino for the Filthballers who kind of kept him in this game. He had 2 RBIs, but he also had a great day behind the plate catching as well. But a great overall game, 10 combined hits. We saw 7 combined runs in this game, and the Filthballers still only with 1 loss. They moved to, I believe, 7-1 on the year.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. We'll be back with your Corn Belt League Network player of the game here momentarily. Do not go away, folks. Welcome back here to J.J. Isaacson Field, where our final score, 4-3, the Royal Blue Dogs lead over the Filthballers. I'm Ryan Kelly here with our player of the game, Caden Barton. You had one inning pitch and came in to save the Royal Blue Dogs. What was your approach going into that?
You know, the past games I feel like I kind of was too amped up, so just really just stay calm and just stay and do what I can do.
Now your curveball, Ethan and I, we talked about it on the broadcast. It was electric, like amazing. You know, is that your go-to pitch?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of my go-to. I kind of learned it when I was in high school from Chris Sale, and so yeah, that's kind of my go-to pitch.
Now you guys are moving to the 7-1 record. You know, what's that kind of mentality that you guys bring to after coming off of a loss? Just what does that bring to the team as a whole and everybody on the team?
Well, yeah, you know, we're 7-1, so we're the top dogs. We know everyone's going to give them our best pitchers and best hitters, so we just know come every day to play.
Well, there's our player of the game, Caden Barton. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Corn Belt League Network. Have a great rest of your night.